And now, KernCast 23.
Quite the scary situation there, but we're talking about our own fair share of nice weather heading our way before we start to talk about rain, but nothing severe, thankfully, like they're seeing out there in Texas. Now here's our Delano Chamber of Commerce camera. You can see a couple cars there starting their morning commute. Still very dark, but pretty soon we'll start to see the sun rising even earlier. Now that spring has officially begun today, we're heading into those longer daylight hours. Here's a live picture from downtown showing you the dark blue sky here in Bakersfield. This is along Ming Avenue and Weibel Road, showing you that we're near the mall, and then that's just a preview to what's happening on Friday there. It's our annual Stuff the Bus food drive. We're very excited to come out and meet you. Just bring us some canned goods that we can give to the food bank, and the Community Action Partnership of Kern will help feed our neighbors. And it's really a great thing that we enjoy taking part in. And of course, you can come out and enjoy a cup of coffee with me if you like. Our current temperature here in Bakersfield, 43 degrees, a little on the dry side, just a light breeze, feeling quite mild, as like I mentioned, it is the official first day to spring. Yesterday we only got up to 56 with the cold air that was left behind with that storm we saw over the weekend, but today we'll be much closer to that average of 69. And then by tomorrow and lasting all the way through Friday on Food Drive Day, we're talking about those beautiful 70s under the sunshine. So on our satellite radar, you can see the clouds arcing up to the north. That's because our ridge of high pressure is just offshore. It will move onshore today, bringing all that sunshine with it, the very stable conditions, meaning this very beautifully tightly wrapped low will stay up into the north. Its frontal boundary bringing all that rain only down to about San Francisco. Looks like everything else will stay well to the north of that for the next several days. As we zoom in a little bit, you can see that we already have clearing clouds, again warming temperatures, and it's going to be a very nice week ahead. But then, as we head into this weekend, a change is coming. We're talking about another system heading our way. Right now, the models are disagreeing. They do say that rain is coming to California, but just how far south it will get and whether it hits Saturday or Sunday, we're not quite sure yet. But I have introduced rain into the forecast because it's a very exciting possibility, because yesterday the models weren't even agreeing it would rain. Now they are, so we'll go ahead and wait for that to approach. The good thing is we want more rain because we're already having a great March. You can see so far this month we have had almost an inch of rain. We're used to only getting about 0.8, so we're well above our normal. But for our wet season as a whole, unfortunately, we've only had about 3 inches when we're used to getting 5. So we're still only about half of what we're used to getting for the year, and that's from the fall all the way to now. So we want to go ahead and get more rain and continue this very wet March because it's been such a dry season. Here's some beautiful photos. This sent in by weather watcher Linda Langford out in East Bakersfield of the fantastic cloud cover we had. She sent this back she sent it this week, but this was taken back on Christmas Day. And this was sent in by Sherry Elberg of Shafter yesterday with those amazing cirrus clouds, and she said it looked a lot like a bird, which I completely agree. Just a fascinating weather phenomenon out there. Please send me your photos to Elena at KERO.com. Now our air quality today, thankfully with the cool air we have lingering, is still in the good range, but your allergies, because it's felt like an early spring, are still very high at 9 out of 12 today. Around the county, we're talking about very mild temperatures. Again, the sunshine returning, lower to mid-60s as we try to approach that average of 69. Up in the mountains, kind of all over the place, from 49 in Tehachapi to 50s in Glenville and Fraser Park to the 60-degree mark for the rest of the Kern River Valley. And down to eastern Kern County, low to mid-60s for many locations. Ridgecrest always the warmest at 67. So let's look ahead. There's those beautiful 70s I promised you, and heading into the weekend, there's that rain. We need to wait and see exactly how it's going to act, but it's looking pretty good for the valley, which is always great news. You'll see a cool down then, but we don't need to worry about that. Just looking ahead to those 70s. Into the Kern River Valley, 60 today. You'll enjoy the 70s for 2 days, but then you'll be in the 50s by this weekend's rainstorm. And in the mountains, 40s today, 60s tomorrow, but those 40s return this weekend as well.
Okay. So they're coming.
They're coming.
Okay.